My name's Sellouts, the great GR8, the hard correspondent. You might know me from Check the Rhyme Show, Word to Biz, Word to Russ Blade. If you don't know me from there, you might know me as Outlaw RBG General, Word to Millie Kalam. Sellouts to my peoples in Atlanta. What we are here doing right now is dialoguing with the brother, Dr. Umar Johnson. Deep brother, definitely a necessity. Improve my day, improve my week, improve my year, improve my life, just in the conversations he was having today. Today what I'd like to do is just address certain questions, 0 through 9, piece of God's nerve, and just break something down for the people who may not know, who have no idea, something like that. So, brother, real quick, start off with the first one. Who are you and why do people listen to you, or should y'all listen to him like I do?
I'm Dr. Umar Johnson, Doctor of Clinical Psychology, Certified School Psychologist, Certified School Principal, Pan-Africanist, Freedom Fighter, founder of Team Pan-African, the international movement for the independence and protection of African people, as well as the National Independent Black Parent Association and the national movement to save black boys. And I'm author of the book, Psychoacademic Holocaust, the Special Education and ADHD Wars Against Black Boys.
Definitely have the experience, more experience than I have. Definitely has the knowledge. I was reading your book. I love the insights you give. I love how you tell people what it is, how it is, and the way that they should receive it, or solutions to it. A lot of people just say this is the problem, this is the issue, but don't really give a solution to it. And as the co-founder of M3 Melanin Mind Men's think tank, we are all about finding the issues, seeing what the issue is, and promoting the solution.
Yes, sir.
For ourselves and for anybody who can make that happen. My second question is, what are your plans to better, at first it was our boys, but to better our people?
One of the things that we have to recognize is that in order to change the condition of a people, you have to change the mental paradigm.
Right.
And educating our children, that allows us to begin to shift the mental paradigm. So beginning with the children is the beginning of the overhaul of the entire psychological condition of our community. Separately from the children, though, one of the things we have to do with our people is we have to get them to see the reality in which they live. Mental illness, the number one symptom of mental illness is the inability to see one's reality. You cannot see it. So we have to wake our people up to the reality in which they live. Black people in America are unlike black people anywhere else because they're the only ones who can't see the hell that they're in. In Africa, they can see it. In the Caribbean, they can see it because you don't have the type of propaganda campaign that's designed to prevent them from being able to perceive clearly. In America, you got propaganda campaign. The biggest propaganda campaign is the black celebrity. You see, it's hard to believe I'm in trouble when Oprah is a billionaire. It's hard for me to believe I'm in trouble when we have a LeBron James. So that works against the effort to organize and initiate change. A lot of our people are complacent because they think we've made progress. Nothing has served to support this false notion that we've made progress more than the election of President Obama. The Obamaism and that whole thing, that's almost over. It's only a year left of Obamaism, but that really put black people at a point of success when we should have been preparing for regression more than ever. Look at all the murders that's taking place under his watch. So the thing we have to do, if we want to save black people, in addition to changing the psyche of the youth, we have to provide our people with opportunity. You can stop a brother from selling dope if you have a job for him.
Yes.
You can stop a sister from selling her body if you have a job for her. Until we get serious about economic opportunity in the black community, we'll never fix it. Because most of the wrong that is being done is economically generated, either to make money or to deal with the pain of not having none. Let me say that again. Most of the crime and negativity in the black community has an economic basis. You do what you do to make money or to deal with the pain of not having any. What do I mean, deal with the pain of not having any? Why is black homicide such a problem that it is? Black homicide is a problem that it is because so many brothers are angry, frustrated, in pain over the fact that I can't even take care of my kids. I can't even see my kids. You see, that type of energy in you all day long,
Yes.
got to come out. And one day you walking down the street, another brother say the wrong thing to you, and before you even thought about it, you took his life. Not because of what he did. What he did was only the pin prick that bust the balloon. But that was all the pain that was in you all along. You see, why do we have so much marijuana addiction, crack cocaine, cigarette smoking, alcoholism, coping with racism, i.e. economic disadvantage? If you don't deal with the economic, half the black men in America are unemployed. Half of them.
Right.
How do you ignore that when you talk about homicide?
Right.
How do you ignore that when you talk about fatherlessness?
Right.
How do you ignore that when you talk about black on black crime and negativity? You can't. But the white man doesn't bring it up because he ain't trying to give you no job. So whenever he talk about the black man, he will never talk about your employment situation. You have never heard a single story done on the black male and his violent tendencies, quote unquote, that linked him to his economic situation. Now, let's look at the Irish, let's look at the Jews, and the Italians. When they came to America, before they was considered white in 1940, they had gangs, they sold dope, guns, they broke the law, they killed each other in the streets. What stopped all that? Not to say they still don't have gangs.
They got the gift of whiteness.
But they got the gift of whiteness. They were upgraded to white folk. And that upgrading of status brought with it jobs and opportunities. They gave the Italians the police department. They gave the Irish the fire department, and they gave the Jews the downtown civil service jobs. I'm not being racist. I'm being real. They still control those to this day. You see, what did they get a black man? We never got an economic stimulus package. So if you want to help the black man, you cannot help the black man if you don't deal with his economic status. You can teach him knowledge yourself.
Right.
You can take him to Africa. You can give him all that, Black History Month, Kwanzaa, books. He will still sell dope. He's not selling dope because he don't know who he is. He's selling dope because he can't find a job.
Right, right. You actually addressed 4 of my next questions in that one question, which is what we need to do because it's all tied into one, which basically was what are the major issues in our community, but you addressed that, and how do we strive and succeed in this racist system, you addressed that. But I do want to address this. What does knowledge itself, because you did say you can have knowledge itself and all that, what does that actually even mean to you?
To me, there's 2 parts of knowledge itself. One is knowing where you come from. Okay, the accomplishments of your ancestors. We are our ancestors.
Yes, right.
So knowing your historical experience is key. But I think we missed the other half. Knowledge itself is knowing my ancestors and their experience, but also knowing me and why I think the way I think and act the way I act. Know thyself doesn't just mean know your past. It means know your present, and in particularly know the way your personality is operating in your present. To know yourself is to know your weaknesses, to know your addictions, to know your limitations, and to know your potential. I know a lot of Africans who know the ancestral history, but they don't know the personal history. Why do you have self-esteem? Why are you still smoking them cigarettes? Why you can't find a good sister? Why you keep running to the same bad type of a brother? Why your relationship with your parents isn't what it needs to be? Why do you not feel happy and fulfilled even though you got a 6-figure salary with 5 or 6 degrees? Know thyself means to find out all the impediments in your character and in your soul that's keeping you from maximizing your true potential. A lot of us don't deal with that part.
Right.
We don't deal with the self-development aspect of know thyself. We get all off into the romantic history and the romanticizing our heroes and sheroes. That's all good. I do the same thing. But true know thyself is about sitting alone in the dark with no music, no cell phone, closing your eyes and going within. Going into the universe within to establish that relationship to the divine, so that the divine can shed a light on areas within your life that you need to improve and perfect. That is true know thyself. The true black man or black woman who knows thyself is a God. They are walking perfection. To know thyself is to be God. And until you are a God, which means you have no faults, shortcomings, or limitations of any kind, you don't know yourself. We are always in the process of knowing. But to say I absolutely know would make you a God, and ain't none of us there yet. Keep working.
Beautiful. In that, you had mentioned before about entertainers, black entertainers, is kind of our Achilles heel at this point, and was pushing it. So where do you see what's your views on the state of hip hop now, and where do you think, if there's an issue there or not, is the correction there? As a hip hop artist, or at least what I would call a motivational vocal expressionist, I have my own theories. And word shout out to Slap the Rapper Clan. I'm only slapping you to wake you up because you drowning and killing my people doing it, but I love you, so I'm slapping you with love. But salute to them. What do you see? What do you think we need?
Well, it's a problem. First of all, gangster rap has colonized the entire hip hop movement. Everybody feels they have to be a gangster rapper in order to get paid. So gangster rap has colonized the whole art form. Okay, you do still have the positive, progressive, culture-based rap movement, but that's kind of small compared to the gangster rap movement. And basically, gangster rap, from a white supremacist standpoint, is the marketing apparatus of the mass incarceration system. Gangster rap popularizes the behavior that sets our young black men and women up for entrapment by the system. So gangster rap is a wing of white supremacy. See, we gotta recognize something. The minute we sold out, and what I mean by sold it out, is when rap decided to go mainstream. When we decided to sell out, we lost control over the direction of the art form. Whenever you sell out anything, you lose control over the direction. So the direction of all black music, rap, hip hop, R&B, does not matter. It's controlled by the enemy. White corporate conglomerates. None of the major rap labels in the world or music labels in the world are controlled by black folk. They are controlled by Europeans, every last one. I just read a couple of weeks ago, one of the biggest investors in prison has just become one of the biggest investors in music. So look at this now. Why would I invest in rap and invest in jail? There has to be a relationship, because I see that the rap is glamorizing the behavior that leads you to jail. You see, so clearly, without question, I think we have to declare war on hip hop and make it what it needs to be. And I don't even care what it used to be. People debate that. They say, hip hop started as party music. Some people say, nah, hip hop started as conscious music. Some people say, nah, hip hop always had a gangster element. I know that black people have always been in love with white folks. I don't care what we used to do. I know what we got to do now. I am not entrapped by the experience and decisions of my ancestors. You understand? I'm not going to keep on doing something that's wrong just because my great-great-great-grandparents did. No, if I find a contradiction, I'm going to kill that contradiction. And there's a big contradiction in rap music because it's serving the interests of white folk, not us. Music is America's second largest export. Black music is one of the top selling commodities in the country, and we don't control that. How do you not control your own art form? I know why. Because we're colorblind. We fell into this multicultural nonsense that says it's not about race, it's about everybody. All lives matter, right? We done fell for all lives matter, you see. So that allows anybody to exploit any black cultural art form they want, and they don't even have to pay for it. That's why Macklemore could win Album of the Year. That's why Eminem could be the best rapper of all time. Totally disrespectful. But we're the ones who allowed that. We never said, this is ours. You can participate, but don't forget who owns this. That's like if you go to a certain college. It might be a Jewish college. You could go to school, be a student leader. But if you start getting out of line with what they want that college to be projecting, they pull your chain. You here, but this ours. We don't do that. We let people come and stunt. They done took over soul food. They done took over jazz. They done took over hip hop. They took over break dancing. Hell, they talking about the best break dancers in the world is white boys.
Beatboxing.
You see what I'm saying? Because we're afraid to say this is a black product. This is mine. Y'all can partake. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I might partake in something in your culture. But we own this. We are the be all and end all. And if you get out of line and start disrespecting this, we'll exit you out of it. But you can only do that when you have control over your product. Black people love to say we invent. We don't love to say we own. We love to invent and give it to the world. I didn't invent, but you ain't making no money from it, beloved. White man making $1 billion off of your product. Same thing with our college degrees. We love to say, I got a master's. I'm a doctor. But we never to say, I own this. I'll be prouder to say I'm a CEO for a white boy than to say I own my own company. I'm more prouder to say I work for the General Hospital in Allentown. I'm more proud of that than being able to say I own my own hospital. You see, so we have made a complete culture out of serving the white man.
So, which leads into actually my last two questions, but I'm gonna bring it together as one. What should we work on as a people or group, and where do you see us as a people in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, number one, we got to work on the economics. No people can be saved without a solid economic foundation. Number two, we got to work on the politics. And what I mean by that is not being registered to vote. I'm saying you can be registered to vote, I'm not against that, but we have to organize black people to force the politicians to do right by us. It doesn't matter who you vote for. If you don't have no political organization, nobody going to do what you want them to do because you don't have no muscle. Muscle is an organization, and we have to recognize the relationship between our economics and our politics. To the extent that you have money that you can throw behind his shoes, you'll never get anything done. People pay for what they want. They don't vote for it, they don't pray for it, they don't march for it. They pay for it. Most of the laws that get passed in America, somebody lobbied with money.
Right.
You running for city council. I'm going to contribute $250,000 to your campaign. You know why? Because when you win, you're going to make sure I get that community center over there. You understand? I paid for the community center. You see, we have to do it right there.
For the record, I'm not running for city council. For the record, I don't, you know what I mean, it's bomb the system, you know?
Definitely.
Bomb the system, that's what they say.
We don't do electoral politics.
No.
I don't do electoral politics.
No.
And I'm not against the black folks who do. The reason I don't is because I'm not interested in compromise.
Exactly.
And whenever you run for office, you have to compromise because you have several different constituencies, most of whom have agendas that are in direct conflict with another constituency. So there's no way I'm going to adequately service white rich people, adequately service the Latino, adequately service the black, adequately service all the different stakeholders in the community and not sell some people out.
Right.
When you have competing agendas, you're going to have to choose which ones you're going to be loyal to. So I can't do politics because a politician by definition is a compromiser. And my principles are not for sale. But we got to work on the economics, we got to work on the politics, we got to work on the black family as well. So we got to get our money together. What's the number one thing we need to do with the money? Build black banks. Everybody talking about black business. I ain't heard nobody talking about a black bank.
Right.
What good is a black business if all the money that the business owns is in a white bank? So you got the biggest, you got a Walmart. Brother own a Walmart. He doing $2 million a day. Brother over here got the biggest distribution network in Pennsylvania. He's shipping stuff all over. He got 500 black men working for him. He taking brothers out of jail, setting them up with their own system. He doing $3 million a day. I got a college, I got a school, I got daycare centers. I'm doing $500,000 a day. But guess what? All of our money sitting where? In a white bank. So you know, and the white man is taking our money. What is he doing with it? Helping his people grow.
Yeah.
So your growth is times that by 100. That's his growth. So you're doing $3 million a day. He taking your $3 million a day, and he giving out 25 white loans.
And then making money on everything he borrows.
Making money on everything. You see what I'm saying? So unless you have a black bank or credit union where we can grow black business, I don't want to hear about black business. Because all you're doing is making money for the banks. That's all you're doing. You're making money for a black business is working for a white bank unless the money is in a black bank. And I'm not criticizing black businesses who do that because we ain't got enough black banks. We got to build them. Politically, we need independent black political union. We're not voting until we meet with you and you tell us what you're going to do for us. And we're going to vote as a block of people. We're not voting individually. You're not voting for the Libertarian. You're going to vote for the Democrat. I'm going to vote for the Republican. We're not doing that anymore. The three of us are going to come together and unite, form a consolidation, and we're going to hear all the candidates, and we're going to kick y'all out the room, and we're going to decide which one we're going to vote for. And we're going to be public about it. The black community has decided to endorse candidate A.
Yeah.
We're not doing this because we like them. This is a business arrangement. There's certain things we need done. If they're not done his first term, he won't see a second one. Have a nice day.
Beautiful.
See, what keeps politicians honest is when they know you can remove them.
Yeah. Which is the whole purpose of what you consider democracy, or what they call democracy, which, since we're not on a boat, you're not really getting that maritime law, but you know, you better get your understanding. When the brother Obama, somebody's brother Obama said, when he first came in, I distinctly remember him saying, if you don't know your UCC codes, you don't know your commercial codes, you better study. Because he knew what was coming up after he was done, or what they setting up in the midst of what's going on. I'm from Reading, PA, 6th Ward representative, and Reading, PA had its first black mayor. The first gets it the worst. You see what they did to this thing.
They ran up in his own hall, those feds, right?
Everybody's been doing the same thing in Reading to get to that mayor position. I know he's been trying to run. I specifically know he's been trying to run for a minute, for at least 15 years, and they were shutting him down in there. But the time that they let him run and then win, they knew what was going to happen within that 4-year period. That's why they gave it to me.
The average black person who runs for, first of all, we got to change the political paradigm.
Okay.
I want to run for office, I'm going to go meet with the white people in power.
Right.
That's what you do.
Yeah.
You go meet with the white folks in power or the white businesses that control the economic flow. So you done sold out before you even ran.
Yes.
He ran.
No, what we have to do as the black community, if we want a black politician, because me, I don't need a black politician. My self-esteem ain't that damn low where I just need somebody to look like me. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
All the politicians can be the hell white as long as I can. But as long as I got the power to control their behavior, the Italian mafia not running candidates.
No.
They don't care who wins. I got money. I'm going to pay for what I need.
Yeah.
Right.
Look at the Chinese people. They never try to be president of the United States. They don't care.
Yeah.
I control the dollar in the ghetto. I don't care about nothing else. What did John D. Rockefeller say? Give me control over people's money. I care not who make the laws.
Yes.
So if we want a politician to be honest, we have to finance the campaign. If somebody's running for office, how much do you think you need to win?
Right.
Give me your itemized budget, advertisements, newspaper, radio, campaign car, campaign office, email. What do you need to win? I need $1.5 million to win. Cool. We're gonna raise the $1.5 million. None of it goes in your hand. Everything is a check to some place.
Yeah.
So you know, we ain't playing that type of game.
Yeah.
1.5. You've never taken a dollar from another white person, from a white person when you run.
Right.
You are totally accountable to us.
Yeah.
That way, if you sell out, we know it's for selfish
Yeah,
reasons.
yeah.
You understand? We got to keep our politicians honest. Black people don't have that type of honor of a Fred Douglass, Harry Tubman.
Right.
We ain't got that no more. We ain't got that. I'm just gonna do right by black folks because I'm black. That shit played out.
Yeah.
Niggas is selling out. Excuse my French. And if you don't want them to sell out, you're gonna have to finance them so they can stay honest.
Exactly. We're gonna close out right here. Brother's got plenty of things to do today. He's already blessed us with information, knowledge, and given us his time. My name's Sudi out of the great GRA. I'm co-founder of M3, Melanin Mind Men's. It's a think tank here in the Lehigh Valley area. We will expand. We help bring this brother down for United Youth, assisted walkout of the youth of their high schools for better education today. On the 27th, it will happen on the 28th of September, tomorrow. And we just thank you for coming in and spending your time with us, brother.
Thank you, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Peace and blessings. Dr. Umar Johnson, Prince of Pan-African. Get with me. DrUmarJohnson.com. Make sure you make a donation to the fundraiser. GoFundMe.com/Dr. Umar, South Carolina State. See you in a couple days.
Peace, pal. All right, thank you.